Okay, today I'm going to let our staff show you how to make your own rope out of binder's twine. So up here I've got Casey. He's our waterfront director for summer camp. Even though it's virtual, he's still our waterfront director. And down here what we've done is we've taken an 18-inch length of furring strip. It's just basically pine. And we drilled a hole in the middle with a 1/4-inch bit. And then below that we have put a couple of notches to which we're going to tie our binder's twine. In his hand he has a 60-penny nail that he will insert into the 1/4-inch hole, and then he can use that to spin it around once we get the string tied to it. There you go. All right. Now down here at this end we've got a big binder's twine spool, and on the left over here we have Caleb, and then over here we've got Bryce. So Bryce is going to take the end of the binder's twine and walk it up to Casey. Keep going. And he's going to tie 2 half hitches around the loop there. And he's going to snug it up. Now if you take a look at the structure of this, basically this binder's twine is a bunch of fibers that have been twisted together and have basically made a yarn. Rope is made of fibers, and it's made of yarns that are twisted into strands, and that's what we're getting ready to do, and then the strands are twisted into a rope. All right, so we're going to go down here, and Caleb is going to hold, he's going to hold up another stick, and Bryce is going to bring the binder's twine, he's going to loop it over that and bring the binder's twine end over here. So Bryce is going to hold it like a bicycle handlebars. All right. So then that gets looped over there. And then Bryce is going to go down to the other end. And he's going to cut a length. We're going to put this over in the middle. Okay. And then he's going to tie 2 half hitches around that end. Right here.
Yeah, Bryce.
Okay, he's going to snug it up. And there you go. All right, so we're going to even everything up there at the top. Make sure it's taut. Now, at this point, Casey's going to start spinning it clockwise. And as he spins he's like he's telling a story. He's spinning a yarn. Yuck, yuck. All right, and so as he spins, these little yarns get twisted into a strand. And it'll take a little while, so I'm going to stop at this point. So what we started with initially were 3 strands of binder's twine that were about 40 feet long. And this should give us a rope of about 10 to 12 feet in length when we finish it. Okay, so it's quite a bit of binder's twine, but binder's twine is cheap. A furring strip is cheap. And
Can't move too many body parts at the same time.
got the camp director supervising.
Rub your tummy, pat your head, spin the thing.
While back at the ranch, I'm getting a little helicopter motion here. And it looks like it's getting a little bit tighter. We'll take a look here. Yeah, it's starting to get twisted. Start up here. So Bryce is pacing off about 1/3 of the distance away from Casey over here. And I think a little bit more right over here is probably better. All right, and so he's going to put his wooden furring strip up there to hold it in place. And then what we're going to have Caleb do is to walk around, keeping it taut. Can you be taut? Okay. And then he's going to duck under. And then Bryce is going to come around, or Casey's going to come around. They're going to even things up a little bit. Make sure that it doesn't, you got to keep it tight the whole time. Then he's going to take that loop and put it on top. And put his nail back in. Now he did clockwise the first time. Now this time, you know, if you've only had a digital clock, you got to learn how to use a regular clock. But he's going to go counterclockwise. In Britain, they call it anti-clockwise. So he's putting a new spin on things. All right, so you can see that the rope has finally gotten its strands. It got the fibers and the yarns that were spun, and now the strands are being spun into a rope. Now, because of the way that the binder's twine was spun initially, what we're going to end up with here is what's called a right-hand laid rope. As you go up the rope, you'll see that the twists go up and to the right. It's kind of hard to see. They're going to have a little tug of war to tighten up the line. All right. Who's winning?
Find out.
If you pull it too tight, sometimes you can even break the stick, but we don't want to do that. All right, that's good. And now we're going to cut it loose. It'll try to spin a little bit. But we're going to cut the...
Your hand.
All right, so that's loose.
Not a very sharp knife.
There you go. All right, now pick up the ends. And now you can see that we have a twisted rope here. What we'll do on these ends is we'll go ahead and whip the ends of the rope, and then we'll cut all this off of it, and then we'll have a good rope. Now sometimes if you have a lot of fuzzy fibers and things like that here, you can run it through a candle and burn that off. Be very careful if you do that. and it'll give it a better, smoother quality. Okay, that's how you make a rope. Next, we'll show you how to whip a rope. So here's Casey. He's holding up the rope. We probably end up with a good 13 feet.
Yep.
He's a tall guy. He's got a wingspan of about 6.5 feet.